everybody. It is Friday, January 16th. My name is Karen and this is BobbleHeadKnits. So welcome everybody. This is my knitting vlog and knitting. That's all we're going to talk about. All right, we might talk about some life stuff, but yeah. Okay, let's jump right in. I have no finished objects. Just get used to that because I've cast on a lot, but none of them are near done, so just going with whips. All right, first whip. My daughter-in-law's cardigan. Doesn't look like much, but I do have one sleeve completely done, and I'm very close on the second one. And this is the Snowbird cardigan by Heidi Kiermar. Hang on, I'm trying to untangle it. This is a top-down cardigan. Basically, if you don't like to purl, don't do the sweater. I know I'm purling, so I'm okay with it, but it is getting there as far as I'm getting ready to be on the body, which will go much faster than the sleeves. And it is made out of Malabrigo Rios in the colorway Scorpio. It's a very deep navy color with grays and purples and burgundies. It's just a beautiful color. The video does not do it justice. Up close, it's gorgeous. So this will hopefully get done in the next month or so, we hope, knock on wood. I cast it on in August 2025, and yeah, it was supposed to be a Christmas gift, didn't happen, so we'll get there. And yeah, that's all I can say about it. So all right, I've knit this part of it twice now. This is the second time I've knit the sleeves and the yoke and all, and it's going much faster, but still not fast enough. And I just, yeah, you know, I'm not a monogamous knitter, so it gets love every week, but not a whole like devoted week of love. So that's all I can say. All right, next up, I have the Halibut sweater by Caitlin Hunter, and I cast this on last Friday, and I've only really gotten half the turtleneck done. I am doing the turtleneck version, so I've got about halfway to go on the turtleneck, and then I can do the yoke and all that. So it is a colorwork sweater. So the main color is this Rowan Moordale, and what is it? Hang on, I was gonna look and see. I think the color is number 19 Peony. Pretty sure that's it. And I bought this yarn in 2023. Super, super soft. It's wool and alpaca. The color work portion will be worked in this beautiful alpaca yarn that I bought in Scotland a few years, actually also in 2023. Hang on, I'm trying to deal with, yeah, I'll deal with it later, but that's what it looks like. It's beautiful. I bought this, what was it? Isle of Skye, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it was, yeah, one of those isles in Scotland. So it came from an alpaca named Frank. Frank was his name. And the name of the shop is the Hebridean Woolshed. Hebridean? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah. But yes, I bought it while I was in Scotland. So little souvenir yarn that I'm putting to use finally. All right, those are going to be beautiful together. I just need to pick up the pace, right? All right. I had mentioned last week I'd like to get that done before the end of March. It's not happening either. We all know it's not happening. These are just like dreams of mine, but they're not happening. All right. Next up, we have one of the socks that I've been knitting on. I currently have 3 sock whips, and this is one that I cast on at the beginning of January, and I'm just now getting to the heel. This is a basic toe-up sock. There it is. The yarn is a cotton wool blend. It's from Wool Addicts. It's Footprints is the line, and it's beautiful. I'm keeping these for myself. They're 56 stitches, knit on 2.25 millimeter needles, and I'm just doing a very vanilla sock. There's nothing, I'm not even going to change the colors for the heels and the cuff. I'm just going to keep knitting in this and use up as much as I can on a pair of socks. But I love it. And I love, it's a cotton blend, so it's super soft. And yeah, very happy with it. So first one I've got on the needles. So we're getting there. And next up, another sock. This is one that I cast on last Friday from the new group of cast-ons that I did. I am doing Ange from Yarn and Yarns is hosting the 12 cast-ons in January, and I am doing new cast-ons in January, but I don't know how many I'm going to end up with. Been really bad about posting on her Ravelry, but I really need to. And yeah, go check her out if you have not checked out Ange from Yarn and Yarn. She's just delightful. And her make-along, her 12 cast-ons it's something she does every year, and it's such a brilliant idea. I thought I would get overwhelmed by having that many cast-ons, and excuse me, very well might get overwhelmed, but still doing it. All right. Here is one of the cast-ons that I did last weekend. This is the Rye Light Socks from Tin Can Knits, and it's beautiful pattern. It's a basic just stockinette in the round until you get this little section there, if you look, purling. So the yarn is West Yorkshire Spinners. The colorway is Rum Punch. It is a wool blend sock yarn, beautiful yarn. First time I knit with West Yorkshire Spinners, and I love it. It really is a nice yarn. So also 2.25 millimeters, and I love all the colors. So I'm very I love colors. They make me so happy. So this is like exactly what I need. So, all right, next up, well, we might as well just get the socks out of the way. Hang on. The next sock I have is a sock that I also cast on a few weeks ago. And this is the Vanilla Bean Sock by Kay Litton, the Crazy Sock Lady. And this is cuffed down, also doing 56 stitches. And there it is. And it is knit with Chromatic Yarns BFL. And she dyed these in 2023, I believe. Let me check. Yes, 2023. And they were an Advent sock yarn that she had. You had like 4 weeks of sock sets for Advent, and I got them. And they do have sparkle, beautiful. And this particular colorway is Arcane Gate. Don't know if I said that, but very happy. And can you see the pattern in there? It's just a gorgeous, easy potato chippy pattern. So I just finished the heel, so now the foot is gonna just go fast if I just had more hours in the day to knit. So this is the first one that I've cast on. I was doing 2 at a time socks, but on separate needles, and I decided I don't really have second sock syndrome, knock on wood. So I should just spread those needles around and cast on more socks. So that's what I did. These, I was concerned because, as I mentioned last week, there's this little loop that I accidentally had, and I didn't want to cut it because I think I actually knit with the tail end of the yarn here. So I don't want to cut it. There it is. I'm just going to tack it down. A lot of you gave me some ideas for how to do that. Thank you very much. I am going to do that. And then I'm going to give these away if I can get them done. Some of you, if you've been here a while, know that my daughter-in-law has a friend who lives in Oklahoma. Brooke is her name, and I found out that she loves hand knit socks last summer, and so I've been I knit a pair of socks for her. I did not mail them yet. It's been months. But now she's coming in February, so these and other pairs, she's going to get both. So very happy about that. All right. Then next up, we have, this is kind of an Advent project. It's a mix of both. So if you've been following along this year, I am trying to use up all my Advent yarns. I am really good about knitting with the self-striping yarn, sock yarns for Advent. Not so much on the other Advent skeins. And so I've pulled all my Advent yarns out of my stash, and my goal this year is to knit all the Advent yarn. I don't necessarily have to use it all up, but I do have to at least cast on. And if I don't get everything used or cast on, then I'm not getting anything besides sock yarn Advents next year for, or self-striping Advents for Advent. So yeah, I have some motivation. So the first one I knit, this is the Swatchtastic bunting, and it's another Tin Can Knits pattern. It's a free pattern. I knit this one, and I showed you this last week. Well, I've cast on the second one, and it's just, yeah, garter stitch, stockinette in the round, or I don't know, you know what I mean. So within that pattern, there are 3 patterns to follow. There's a lace one, there's stockinette, and then there's that one. So yeah, and so it's coming along. So I am using just bits and bobs of scraps, but I also have in here an Advent that I got, I want to say it was 2022, 2021, something like that. From Giddy Knits, and I have a bunch of these in different colors, and I've just been using them for doing heels, toes, and cuffs on socks, but I'm like, just use them to make these, so that's what I've been doing. So yes, so far I've only got one, as I said, but it's gonna happen. I'm gonna use this bunting up above my window, the one that's behind you and the one back there that you can see. I have curtain rods, but no curtains, so I thought it'd be kind of a cute thing to decorate my office / craft room with. So looking forward to that. Just need to pick up the pace again. All right, so that's it as far as active whips that I've cast on and I've worked on this week. I have one other whip that I did not work on this week, and that's my incredible blanket. Still trying to decide what to do with that thing. So I'll keep working on it. You might see it eventually. Yes. I am, however, going to cast on 2 new things this week. Let me show you. First up, the Rocket Tee. I believe, is that the Rocket Tee is Tanis Laval? Don't quote me on that, I can't remember. But I'm knitting it with the yarn that I got from Blackbird Sycamore Yarn. These are the 2 I'm going to use. It's a fingering weight t-shirt basically, and I want to have it for next summer, so I need to cast it on because this is going to take me a while. We know how slow I am at knitting, but especially because it's fingering weight, so I want to cast it on and get moving. So wound up, ready to go. So this is getting cast on probably right after I finish recording. The other thing I want to cast on, and I do want to get it done before the end of March. Hold on. Another Musselburgh hat. I will be going on a very big trip at the end of March, and I will be, hang on, let me wind this back up while I talk to you. And I thought, at first I was like, yeah, I don't really need a hat because I can always buy one there. But then I was like, no, you want to knit a hat, so knit a hat before you go. So I've knit a lot of Musselburghs, so I'm just gonna knit myself another one, and I hope this one turns out super slouchy because I'm looking forward to having the slouch. Hang on, I'll show you the yarn. This is Mustache yarn. Glacier is the colorway. Kind of a mess, sorry, they were in my bag. And I'm gonna cast that on today or tomorrow. So yes, more cast-ons for the Angie's make-along. All right, speaking of make-alongs, many of you probably know this, but I'm gonna mention it anyways. I, along with Mandy from Mandy Von Knits / Diary of a Sweater Knitter, am hosting the Yarns Dash Smash 2026. It's really hard to say, by the way. We are doing a make-along, year-long make-along. Any fiber artist is welcome to join us. If you have a stash and you are making something from it, finished object is required, we'd love you to enter it. We're going to be doing quarterly drawings. We have both on Mandy's Ravelry page and on my Ravelry page, we have forums set up. We have a chat forum, and then we have a finished object forum. And you can post your finished objects, photos there. You can chat, share your other knitting, whatever you want. If you don't use Ravelry, you can also email the photos to me and tell me your name, and I will post them, the photos at least. I won't, if you don't want your name used, or at least your full name, then I'll just post like your first name. But on the thread, just so that it's easily contained, and then when we go to do the drawings, it's easier. But you can send the photos to me at BobbleHeadKnits@gmail.com, and all this is down below in the, if you click on more below, then you'll see it all. So we also have a web page. The web page is just basically all the rules are listed out, and that's also yarnstash smash 2026. And Mandy set that up because I wouldn't know how to do that. She's a like computer whiz, so she does like coding and all this stuff. So she set that up. She's so nice of her. All right. So yes, you should follow Mandy and I both here on YouTube, and like and subscribe to both of us, and enter both. You can put your pictures on both of us, our Ravelry threads. We're fine with that. So the goal of our make along basically is to use up stash, and we're joking that we want to use up stash so we can buy more yarn. We probably will. I'm having a low buy, no buy year. So the rules I have for myself are that I can only buy yarn if I need it to finish a project, and I really have nothing else in my stash that I can use to finish the project, or if I'm traveling. So I do have a rather big trip coming up to a very yarn friendly place in March, and I'll tell you where it is as we get closer. So I know I'm going to buy yarn there. I mean, I'm already plotting it, basically. Talk about it more later. But I need to like clear out some existing stash to make room for the new yarn. So that's what we're doing. All right. Okay. So I did mention the Advent situation at my house. We're moving on now. I did not buy any yarn this week, so yay me. I did get an email saying Freckled Whimsy is already listing their Advent for 2026 on pre-order on her website, and I was like, nope, not doing it. Freckled Whimsy is the self-striping yarn. I will knit. Like, I have no problem using that Advent yarn. So technically I should go ahead and pre-order it now, but I also am like, just like feeling like it's too early. I have plenty of other yarn right now, and I'm just getting over Advent season just passed, so I'm like, it's too early to be already paying for Advents for 2026. So yes, I did not order it. So a little win. All right, I think that's it as far as the yarn and knitting stuff. So if you're not sticking around, I hope that you do come back, that you do like and subscribe, that you do join us in the Yarnstash Smash 2026. And now we're gonna move on to talk about life stuff. So it is Friday. I took off yesterday. I took a mental health day yesterday. I just really needed it. I was like, I need a day. So I took yesterday off. Today I did have my yearly physical, that was not the best thing. I have a few issues that I need to deal with. So yeah, we're gonna start dealing with those issues, and hopefully nothing major, but you know, I am hitting a big age this year in March. That's the big trip. It does involve a 0 in the age, and no, it's not 50, it's more than that. So yeah, I have to start dealing with some things that as you age, you have to deal with. Yes. All right. Yeah, so that was big news. Not big news, but some big, yeah, you know. Okay, now I do have some big news. I'm going to be a grandma again. A lot of you know that I have my beautiful grandson, Atticus. He lives right around the corner from me. He is my stepson's son. And my stepson and his wife are having another baby. And they just found out, like we just found out about it this week. They just found out. So it's going to be a fall baby. So, yeah, I'm thinking baby yarn will be purchased. I mean, I have to knit for the new baby, right? But I'll do it. I'll buy like yarn while I'm traveling. Yeah, it's a very, it was not expected, but also kind of like, oh, it really is happening. Like, yeah. So we're all hoping for a girl, except for my husband, who's like wants another grandson. But my stepson and his wife and myself, and we're all like, girl, let's do a girl this time. Who knows? We're trying to convince my stepson that they should find out the sex early this time. I told them they had to find out before we went on our trip because I did not want to, I wanted to buy yarn to make a baby blanket. And he's like, buy neutral yarn. I was like, no. So yeah, working on him. But yes, good news. So that's pretty big news, right? Okay. All right, that was big news. Next stuff. Next week, what's going on next week? I have another 3-day weekend. This time I'm not taking mental health day. I'm actually, because I'm working on Monday, which is a holiday here in the States, I'm taking another day off. So I'm taking off Thursday next week. And I guess that's kind of it life-wise. I have been, you know, if you live in the U.S. or you follow the news at all, you know what's going on here in the U.S. So that's been very stressful and very, it's got a lot of anxiety. So yeah, dealing with that, but I'm okay. And now, TV and books. All right, TV. We have been watching 11/22/63 on Netflix, which is the television version of a Stephen King book about the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and this guy goes back in time to try to stop it. And it's pretty good. You know, it's been a while since I read that book though, so I'm like, did that happen in the book? My husband and I are like, I don't think that happened. But yeah, so we are enjoying that. I binged watched Heated Rivalry on HBO Max. That is such a beautiful love story. It is about NHL hockey players, only they can't say NHL, falling in love with each other and with other, you know, people. So it's just a really nice, kind of positive, you know, nice show to watch to perk myself up. So yes, I finished it though, and it's going to be multiple seasons, but I finished the first season. So I'm kind of like, ugh, bummer. But I am reading the book now, the books, because there are multiple books. All right, speaking of books, I also just finished Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by B.E. Schwab. And that book is actually, I had it on my library hold list for the longest time. It finally came up and I was like, okay, I'm going to read it. And I forgot totally why I put it on my hold list. And it was pretty good. It's a vampire book. I'm not a vampire reader. Like, I usually don't read stuff like that. But I read that and it was pretty good. Yeah, so I enjoyed it. Highly recommend it if you are into that kind of stuff, or even if you're not, because it's a good story and it's well written. So, all right, I think I'm gonna wrap this up now because now I'm getting the hiccups again. We went out to lunch in between the doctor appointments, so I ate too fast now. I'm like hiccuping. What can I say? All right, everybody have a great week and stay safe out there. And next week, I'll have more fun knitting things to talk to you all about. So keep on knitting. Have a good week. Bye.